After an epic 2-episode long beginning, the Reeves saga continued this week with a less glorious but still solid 3rd episode. This is the issue with good shows. They often have a great start, but then have to continue with a relatively slower next installment so that they can build up for an epic ending. Unfortunately, I'm usually one of those viewers who do not see any issue in giving up on a show even as early as the first 2 or 3 episodes. I mean, if you bore me even for a second, you are at the chopping board. Nevertheless, even though episode 3 was underwhelming in many ways, the fact that it is a Taylor Sheridan production and the previous 2 episodes were beyond my expectations, I'm fine with being patient with it. So without further ado, let's get into the episode and see what was missing, and what was still there to hook me on. Well, in this episode, we watched Reeves being a newbie as a U.S. Marshal. Even though he is excited about the job, he is also nervous since he has no idea how to operate and who to trust. The biggest challenge he has throughout the episode is his consciousness. Since Bass is a man with great heart and compassion, he struggles to acknowledge at times that some men are simply bad or some men are simply criminals. There is no way to save them, even if they have some good qualities that make them appealing to you. If they commit a crime, they have to pay for it. Of course, the harshness of that punishment and whether it should ever cost one's life is another debate. Regardless of the punishment itself, though, it seems like Bass has the will to save every man he encounters, doing his best to see the best in them. Nevertheless, as you can imagine, the law does not work that way. And let me tell you, I don't think they could cast anyone better than the one and only Donald Sutherland to execute the law. He has a presence that is not only authoritative, but also compassionate enough that you believe he is truly trying to simply execute the law and has no prejudices whatsoever. As his first mission, Bass is tasked to catch the criminal Billy Crow. For some reason, the name sounded familiar to me, so for a second, I thought it was based on a real-life criminal. However, when I looked up for it, I could not find anything on it, so I guess I'm wrong. But feel free to correct me in the comments below if I'm missing something here. Anyways, even though we watch Billy committing his crime, stealing people's money and lying, Bass immediately starts to see the good in him, or brings out the good in him, whichever way you would like to see it. Naturally, as a highly empathetic person, Bass feels for Billy when he expresses his fear of death. The thing is, the other officer who is with them does not empathize with Billy at all. In fact, he feels like they should get rid of Billy immediately as he does not deserve to face the judgment of the law. So a conflict occurs within the group, which ends up with Bass killing that officer to save Billy from him. Then, when he reaches the court, he witnesses 2 young men being sentenced to death for their crimes. And these are all just too much for Bass's heart. In a way, we see him losing hope as there is too much sadness, violence, and cruelness taking place around him. Then he goes home and sees her wife holding their newborn in her arms, which symbolizes hope for the future. While some lives end, other lives begin, making the cycle a miracle of life. As you can see, there was nothing wrong with this episode whatsoever. However, it was somewhat boring at times. Perhaps the reason why I feel this way is because I compare it to the previous 2 episodes. Thus, I'm not sure if this is a fair judgment. Still, I wish for the show to have more action in the upcoming episodes and can't wait for them already. But what do you think? Did you like the episode? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.